Colorado and head to what I think is maybe my favorite state for motorsports now, Utah.
Hey.
Yeah, it's one of those changes, but going from Colorado to Utah, where in the terrain it's very noticeable, like the colors of the mountains,
The aggressive deer.
Yeah, driving in, we did have deer bouncing all
Hordes
over the road, trying to get us.
Not big, but they make up for it in numbers.
And we had some scares with how far we were going to get on our tanks of gas, but we made it to Moab.
So for whatever reason, every hotel in Moab was like $150, $160. Even the cheap ones were at $130. So last night we got on the internet and looked up some hostels. Found a pretty cool spot actually. It's called Lazy Lizard, I guess hostels. Lazy Lizard here in Moab. And you can see this is what Nathan got and I got. It's just a cabin, but they have bathhouses and everything to take showers in. But we stayed in a cabin last night. Yeah, it's actually pretty nice. Back in there's my makeshift garage. I've been working on the bike. The oil leak's been really, really bad. Oh my oil.
So that was one just huge concern I had, and it didn't turn out to be that big a deal as long as I was adding the oil all the time. I still, of course, was at the end of every day or every fun ride just covered. My leg was covered in oil. But had we known what we were about to ride, I bet we would have just left town, ridden straight out there and camped where we were. Utah, it was the most surprising state. I think we both were just blown away with how cool the landscape, how beautiful that place was.
You know, the next day we went through Arches Park.
We had an off-road ride planned for Arches. We got out there and then we saw signs saying that the trail we were on, which is the one we were supposed to be on, did not allow for motorized vehicles.
Alright, so we just rode through the Arches Park and found our turn off for the off-road trail. It's supposed to be beginning intermediate. Starting to wonder about it a little bit, but I don't know.
You know, this kind of became a theme in Utah, not knowing if we should be somewhere with our motorcycles, because there's a lot of really great places you can go, but a lot of times there are somewhat ambiguous signs saying stuff about motorized vehicles going any further than this point or that point.
How do I look?
Yeah, more or less the same.
Okay. Great. So, we just walked up the trail maybe a quarter mile. It looks like it levels out in a lot of spots, but then there's more spots just like that are really rocky. I figure it's going to take a good part of our day to finish up, and that our bikes might get hurt along the way on some of those rocks. All that being said, we decided to sit down and have some energy bars and turn around and go back where we came from. Then we're going to head into town, talk to one of these adventure tour guides, and find a trail that goes south and ride that towards the Grand Canyon.
Nathan just wanted to ride up and get close to an arch, which, funny enough, we spent all day, and I was kind of complaining about how much time we were spending walking, trying to get like better views of these arches.
A bit of an arch right there on that hill.
Okay. What's up, Aaron?
I was the idea these coveralls were in the middle of the desert. But it's pretty warm.
Like cool, ain't it?
Yeah. So, I'd like to be moving southward now, but Nathan wants to keep on looking at rocks, so drag me up here, and it's alright. It's a rock over there in the shape of an arch.
It's delicate.
It's a delicate one. It doesn't look very delicate to me, but
If you have a whole day, that's a great thing to do, but I really don't want to spend a whole day in the park. Turns out, like right along the highway on our trip out of Moab, there's an arch that you pretty much can drive your car up onto, more or less.
Wilson's Arch. It's
Wilson.
right there.
ooh.
Went on this ride and did roll tape here, Onion Creek.
Motorcycles. I like riding motorcycles.
This is Utah.
Man, it's beautiful out here. We've just been going for a long time. Riding views like this, different, better, worse, but they've all been just amazing. So we're about to turn on our GoPros to let you guys see some of what we're looking at now.
So, Onion Creek, just awesome. The surface was dirt that was just perfect for riding at a good rate of speed. At all. There's a few of the stream crossings were deeper, but I mean, you would just careen through these like 3/4 tunnels. Up over you at points, but you'd still have this bright orange, bright red sunlight pouring through the canyons. Just the light was beautiful, smokestacks rising up into the sky over and over again.
Cliff faces.
Some cool cacti just popping up in the horizon, and it really is like, it might still be my favorite ride on the whole trip as far as just a day ride.
Can you please put them somewhere safe?
Not this one.
I'm gonna kill you. These are like $70 gloves, man.
At the end of it, it was starting to get dark. We were starting to worry about where we would camp, and we started gaining altitude. We were outside of Onion Creek now. I don't remember, maybe Laramie, but we were in a different trail at that point. Started climbing and climbing until we came to this huge Horseshoe Canyon. We rode our bikes right onto the rock face, approaching the cliff of the canyon, and you could look out across and see it. And I'd say we had visibility, it seemed, for like 60 miles.
Yeah, if there was anyone within, 30 miles of where we were, there was no way of knowing.
And we saw, like, that night when it was completely dark, and make no mistake, the skies were completely clear. The stars were amazing that night. And you could look in any direction and at most spot 2 to 3
And they were
lights.
well out on the horizon.
Yeah, far away. So we built a little fire there that night, set up the tent, and just yeah, had a great night. It was very relaxing.
You miss home at all yet?
Hmm?
Did you miss home at all yet?
Kinda.
Yeah, me neither.
I mean, we've only been away for, what, a week and a half?
It's been short. I suppose it's easier to miss home though when you think about how far we're gonna be going and how long we'll be gone.
Yeah. We will be away for a while. This is true. But why would you preemptively miss something?
Oh, 'cause then it's easier later.
I'll work on it.
Yeah, just try it out.
And then we came up with this little ditty, which was fun, just totally improv. It was hilarious to us. We hope you like it too. You'll get to watch it.
We're ready to try the song again. I hope you're prepared. Children, what I'm about to tell you is a tale of a motorcycle that became something much more than a motorcycle. Something sinister. Something like a scourge. You see, when Nathan took off on that journey, he was riding a simple KLR. He had hoped that those two wheels would take him to the near and far.
All right, so Aaron has stepped on a cactus with his bare foot. So you've missed him using his Gerber. Well, he shoved it in the fire. Was that for sterilization?
No, so it hurt more.
So it would hurt more.
I'm not doing this on tape. I don't want to scream on tape.
Oh, you won't scream. You're a man.
It's such a dull knife. So, the lesson being, don't walk around in a desert or even slightly arid climate barefoot at night. Yeah, this ain't cutting the bottom of my foot.
I've got something that'll help.
Razor blade?
No.
Oh man, I don't know if you can see it. That's what I just pulled out of my foot, and that's why it hurt so bad. Nathan was gonna sit there and watch me dig for this with my knife, and it's like, oh, well, wait a second, I have tweezers. I cannot believe that just came out of my foot.
Wow. That is an impressive thing to pull out of a foot.